going good on that route. All right, as always, I appreciate y'all being here. It's Wednesday. We're getting there. Halfway through the week. Futures are slightly flat. Nothing too much going on. We did have a nice little move higher. A little bit of a continuation move at the end of yesterday's session. China CPI came in higher than expected. Definitely want to point that out. So we'll see if how the market responds to that once the cash market opens. But yeah, yesterday was a pretty interesting day. Not gonna lie. So we had started what was going to be a nasty day. Actually turned out to be a pretty decent one for the longs. You can kind of see that with the advanced decline issues on the bottom left. How we opened up lower, and they were as negative could be. And then you can see that we started to make some progress to the upside, even though they were still negative. The fact that it was just making higher highs and moving from upper left to lower, from lower left to upper right is all that you kind of need to go off of. All right, as always, let's just get the brain flow going here, and we'll just do a quick one. All right, so quick. All right, so black moves over to here. My king's out in the open. That's kind of scary. So is his, though. Let's see. Material seems to be even. All right, so it's a checkmate. I mean, it's just from a quick glance. But yeah, if this was white, I mean, I don't know why he's not castled here. I mean, your king's out in the middle of the open. That's scary. So is this right here. But the black king has moved over to the D square, so black has lost his right to castle. Now, looking at checks, captures, and simple threats, you know, there's several checks that you could give. You can go here, check. You can go here, check. You can take the rook check, but taking the rook doesn't do anything. You can't take the pawn because the knight guards it. So the easiest calculation here is, okay, check in the A8 corner is actually a checkmate because the knight guards the escape routes for the black king, and the rook is kind of stepping on toes here. So moving the queen out to here didn't really do anything. I mean, there was multiple moves that black could have done to kind of avoid that, but instead we get a nice little checkmate there. So that's nice. Let's see if there's another one that it'll give us. All right, so white king goes to here. This kind of looks a little funky. Like it looks like there's some air here that we could probably swing this rook over. But then if we swing the rook over, takes. Okay, then we obviously take here. So I'll kind of inclined here to go here, check first, and then, well, not there first, go here first. And then there's not really much to do. Well, he could play f4 and then rook, no, because then he goes here and we go here, check. Let's see, he's got that. That's kind of annoying. All right, let's see if there's anything else. We could go here, check. He can't take the rook because the queen is guarding, so that would be nice if we can get our queen involved here. Let's see if he takes with the rook. We go here. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Voila, checkmate is on the board. Just about all he has to do. Only move he can make is king to f1, and then we just simply play queen takes rook, and that is checkmate. All right, so we're at 991. We got a ways to go. On my main account, my puzzle rating is like 2,300, and the puzzles are like way harder than this. So we'll slowly make our way up there, so that'll be fun. All right, let's get rid of that. All right, I know the question in there was on that leverage ETF. I hope that makes sense. If not, just let me know. But they have to reset it. They can't just let it meander, and you'll have to look at the prospectus on how it actually operates. All right, but as far as futures go, you know, it's pretty wild how yesterday that we had an $18 VIX and we just completely just sold out. Like the fear just kind of ran out. They're like, oh, okay, this isn't, what's this bank downgrade? It's not like they downgraded like Goldman or something. They just downgraded Citibank, US Bank, which those are still, large banks, but compared to the other banks, they're relatively small. But yeah, it's just like everybody was like, yeah, whatever, who cares? And we moved lower. So pretty interesting stuff. VIX is relatively flat to start this morning. We'll need to let the cash market open. I still feel like the market is still in this interesting spot here where, it's trying to figure life out just a little bit. And you can see that we're in this nice little range here. It's a lot of back and forth. One day's good for the Bears, another one's good for the Bulls, and vice versa. And, we came off the lows pretty well yesterday just by looking at the SPY here. Yeah, we were trading all the way down here at 445, looking like we were going to come all the way down and retest the 444 level. And we didn't quite get there, and they held it. So you got this nice little spinner top candle where it's just a nice little balance between market bulls and market bears. And we'll see what direction they want to take. Now, I did add a anchored VWAP here at the downgrade where Fitch decided to downgrade the credit rating of the U.S. I did put an anchored VWAP there just to see how, price will start to react or behave. And then you also got just an anchored VWAP here on the Japanese bond news there from the prior week, which is also our swing high, and that's also a very bearish outside day. And since then, we haven't been able to revisit that level there. So you got two there, which makes a lot of sense. And as you can see, every time we've come up to the anchored VWAP from that swing high, we've pretty much rejected off of that. So yeah, we'll have to see where the market wants to go. The NASDAQ did a pretty good job yesterday, coming off the lows yesterday too. Same with the IWM. We'll keep an eye on that. I still like the IWM long term. It's just the short term shenanigans is kind of bothersome. I did have September contracts. I hopped out of those. I'm probably going to look into getting into something more longer dated than that. I still like the setup, and I still like the idea of the small caps having a good run towards the end of the year. So I'll probably look into that, but we have to kind of get through this little whole back and forth shenanigans, and we might not be able to hop into some swings at least for the next 2 weeks or so, major swings at least. I mean, we can probably dabble here and there, but we don't want to go full size in swings right now. So and I've been preaching on this for the past, few days, even to last week, that this is more so of a day trader's market than it is a swing trader's market. It's a little bit harder. We got a lot of volatility that's kind of creeping in. News events here and there. So if I do get in swing positions, they're going to be light. Even on my put positions that I put on there, they're considerably less than usual. Let's see. So that's IWM. Let's check in on the rates here. Rates they're behaving well. Coming off the highs there. So nothing too crazy. Interesting, they were up yesterday. Let's check in on the bonds. The ZB. All right, so the bonds have had a nice little move. What about the ZN? This would be your 10-year Treasury note. And the interesting thing here on the 10-year is that they did a nice little job at setting up a trap. And you can do this by putting out the low there. And they keep doing this, where they break the low, and then there you go. You wick them and you rise them up. Same thing. You came back down. You even had a nasty close here. Tried to get some follow through, but the bulls set it up and off we go. Now, is that enough to propel things higher? We'll have to see. Or does this just kind of peter on down? That was a beautiful arrow I just drew. So we'll see what can happen with the bonds. Probably not. Maybe I'm just getting better at it. Getting better at drawing arrows. All right. Yeah. Let's see. I know a lot of the talk is on Penn Gaming with the whole Dave Portnoy shenanigans there. Let's see. You're actually gapping up into a gap, so that's always fun. Gap fill on that would be $30 to the upside. This, I would imagine, because of this large gap on relatively huge volume, would give you the breakaway gap to start possibly a new trend here. So keep an eye on Penn. That's a pretty lovely gap there. Let's see. Today, I definitely want to try to get into some Google. Google has been behaving remarkably well, considering. Yeah, we had this nasty down candle on Monday, or excuse me, on Friday. We regained it all on Monday and set this pattern up to where we could get this breakout above 131.50. Now, it did have a pre-market high of 132, and we've come back in since then. So if we can get a decent open here, then yeah, I would look to be going long here on Google if we can get some good volume and good momentum. So yeah, this looks pretty good to me. I'd like to go long there if possible. Let's see. Oracle is still on watch. Now, the only thing that I've left out of Oracle is, yeah, what if it breaks down? Obviously, we're going to go to 110. But if it starts to break above, let's say 116.50, we start to break above 116.50. Your next spot is going to be 118.50, which is your earnings VWAP there, and then a move back up towards 122. So I do want to, put that out there that there's two sides of this play that can work out, and we'll just have to be ready for both. So Oracle is going to continue to be on watch until it does something. So yeah, Celsius, another big one. Huge, crazy earnings there, crazy earnings move all the way up to 170 here. In the pre-market. Congrats, Celsius longs. Everybody who is involved in that, just absolutely insane. Roblox had their earnings. They are moving lower. Last time I checked, yep, they're gapping down here towards that 33 mark. That is a nasty gap down. I'm personally probably not going to be involved there on Roblox. You do have this little bit of a trend line break from earlier, and ever since then you've just kind of been moving lower. So yeah, they missed on EPS and they missed on revenue. I guess no one's playing Roblox as much right now, but I think their daily average users were still good. It's just the whole sales thing. People are probably being a little bit picky on what they're buying out there, and what's one of the main things you can cut. Well, you don't have to spend that $10 on Roblox. Let's see. Who else did we have? I had another one in mind, but I can't. You got Rivian. Rivian is doing okay today. DraftKings. Let's see where DraftKings is. DraftKings is gapping lower on that, probably on that Dave Portnoy news. Let's see. Tesla. Tesla's not too bad. Meta's another one to keep a good eye on if it can get going. But also watch for that break on the lows of essentially 310. You lose 310, you got a gap fill towards about 300. So we definitely want to be mindful of that. Moving back to the futures. Yeah, you can see that it's still a little bit wonky here. That's why I want to let the cash market open. We did take profits on our QQQ debit spreads for August. Picked up some more of the butterfly spreads for September. I'm going to let those continue to work unless something crazy happens. Of course, I'm still playing off of some divergences. And, we got to get through CPI. Yeah, speaking of that, we got CPI and inflation data tomorrow and Friday. So tomorrow we get CPI, Friday we get PPI. You get Jackson Hole in about 2 weeks. Hooray. Last time we had Jackson Hole, Powell, try to be all like the big bad wolf and blow everybody's house down. So we'll have to see what the tone is this go around, of course. So there's a lot of eyes going to be on that. Let's see. Duolingo had a pretty impressive earnings report, and they are gapping up. They actually had a really strong earnings report if you happen to check that out on your free time. So well, that one could be interesting. I got lines all over the place that I want to remove. All right, let's see. Let's go to the board here. So we'll have to look to see where these market internals open up. I want to keep a good eye on Google. Google here in the mid right, on the far right side. Back to that 131.50 level. So this is the spot where our trigger is. So curious to see where that takes us. Of course, we do want the market to behave. But other than that, let's let them open up, see what they want to do, and then we'll just go from there. Yeah.
132 should look pretty.
Yeah.
Duke swing.
Duke swings. Yeah, what did Duke? I missed Duke's alerts yesterday, so I have no idea what he's in right now.
Coin, Apple, Google, Snow.
Coin, Apple.
All along.
Oh, he's in Google already. That ho.
132.
Taking my ideas. I'm just kidding. It's a pretty obvious pattern. Snow. Snow. I don't like snow. That's just me though. It's just yeah. Apple. Yeah. Trying to play the bounce on Apple. I get it. Yeah, I'm definitely more interested in Google though. That's where my bias, I guess, may be. What up, Shaman? You doing all right today?
Doing fantastic. Hump day.
Hump day. I saw you assigned something to me on Monday.
Yeah, I'm just going through our meeting notes and putting everything in there for our vision.
I hear you. Yeah, you got a lot that you got to do. It's like, man, we're gonna spread Shaman thin.
A little bit by little bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Who's your CLH bought November? Bought in April at $4 of 2020. Sold it in November for 24.23.
And today it's at 170.
That's yes, that sucks. I mean, from $4 to $24, I mean, $20 a share, that's pretty good. But from $4 to 170 is, could you imagine? Holy crap. What's up, Felton? What are you playing with today? Minus your old, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit, we got like a minute.
Yeah, boy.
Right. Let's see how these Duke swings open.
I do want to pull up Google because I might snatch that up rather quickly. Ding, ding, ding goes the trolley. All right, 132 call, 110, 115. Okay, we'll take it. All right, so I'm going to hit that pretty quickly. Let's see where they want to go.
Close out. No.
All right, I don't really have much on the table. Walmart still on that. All right. Let's see what Google wants to do. And all right, so Tesla's moving to the downside. Same thing with Apple, ES, yeah, tumbling a little bit to start things out. Let me go to wherever my main chart is. Not that one. This is the one. And let's go to Google. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, let's see if we can hold 131.60 there on the pullback. All right, so I'm in it at 110 on those 132s. And then I might grab... Might try to grab some higher delta, maybe. Now, this is risky because it's just out of the gate. We don't really know which way the market's going to behave. So treat it as you would a lotto, pretty much. I might go to the SPY too, just to see how the SPY is behaving. All right, SPY's not misbehaving too bad, but they are selling Apple right now. And if they're selling Apple, that's going to be a hard battle to fight. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. Where's my other chart? All right, so we're inside day. Easy enough to say. All right, let's go back over here to... keep an eye on SPY. See how it's gonna hold up. Netflix is doing okay. NASDAQ in general, though. Keep an eye on that. All right, the Qs are trying their best to hold, but it's looking a little sus out there. Just gonna hold your current swings. I hear you. Yeah, let's let these things do their thing. Now I will go ahead and alert that I did. Let me see if I can type this up real quick. Google 811 132 call. I got in at 1.1 at Fuzz.
How'd you get a better entry than me?
Because I'm good like that. I don't know. What'd you pay?
105.
Oh.
$4 more. 4 cents more.
So we'll be a little promiscuous and buy out the gate. See where it takes us. Could treat it as a lotto for this week. I still like the setup on the daily. This is actually one of the stronger names out there in the market. So we'll just have to see if she can hold on to that status. Looking at the advanced decline issues, opened right at the 0 line and is moving a little lower. So yeah, there is some selling pressure here to start things off. If you look at the tick readings, they're just hanging out at 0. Yeah, just not a whole lot of excitement. We got CPI prints tomorrow, so I am kind of curious to see how the day shapes up. But yeah, hopefully Google can get some steam going. But so far, we're holding above that 131.60. So that's good. Let's see here. What else is moving? As far as sectors go, energy is leading the way. Let's go to PSX real quick. All right, Phillips 66. This one is a 52-week high name. It's not an all-time high name. It's a 52-week high name. And you have to really zoom out to figure out where the next spot could be. But this 113.50 mark, that's a pretty juicy spot to kind of play around with. So if you're bullish on energy, which there are some divergences there on energy in general, yeah, I'd probably treat it more of a day trade still than a swing trade. But if we can break above 113.50, I think that does set the door to open a little bit more there. Healthcare is doing pretty good. I do want to keep an eye on United Healthcare, which is still in this box here. So we haven't really made progress on that. Let's check out Oracle. Oracle's holding up. Meta looks a little sus, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Bit. Yeah, if we start to break down 310, that is not going to be good. And Meta is part of that communication sector basket, which could have an effect on Google. So keep that in mind too. And right now, Google's just hanging on. We're not breaking up. We're not breaking down either. So I guess that's good. Amazon did move lower. Apple's still struggling. They're still selling Apple. So let's see. I want to just be mindful of everything going on. You might even have, you know what? Let me show you this too. Where's my other chart go? Yes. This is something we want to be aware of too. And it's the possibility that the ES is maybe a bear flag. Uh-oh. That's on the daily too, so that's not good. So I'm definitely going to keep on holding on to my QQQ spreads there. All right, PSX is trying to break out, so you definitely have some relative strength in the energy sector, whereas let's see, everything else, SPY is flat. Let's see, QQQ is down 0.1%. Let's go back over to Google. I might have to deal with that. All right, so Google's just gap filling there. All right, so we'll see if the 5-minute structure holds. We are in a 5-minute squeeze. Got some downward pressures though on the smaller time frames, but the Qs aren't really doing you any kind of favors, so to speak. So if the NASDAQ is not going to behave, then Google is not going to behave either. And we're down to about the 90-cent mark on those contracts. So do what you need to do if you have to protect there. Makes sense. Keep mine open just a little bit longer, see if we get a bounce. But yeah, the Qs are starting to behave quite naughty. Let's go over to the market internals. Yeah, you can see this little sell-off here on tech. Let's see. ES also moving lower. Ticks are at 0. Let's see. What is the IWM doing? IWM is kind of behaving badly too. The Dow still remains strong. So check out your Dow names. Check out Boeing. Walmart still looks good. We're still in some Walmart contracts. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see here. Who else? Visa, Johnson & Johnson. Another good move there. United Healthcare is doing okay. All right, let's see if they can hold on to 4,500 ES is going to be the spot. VIX is doing naughty things, but as far as Google goes, yeah, if you need to hop out indeed. Down to, let's see, you're still holding. Trying to hold. Now, if the Qs can get a bounce, that would be good for Google. Let's go back over to Meta. Yeah, Meta looks like it wants to vomit. So we might try some Meta puts, but it's kind of hard to shorten the hole from here. Check out the NASDAQ real quick. Yeah, NASDAQ just in general looks pretty darn weak. Come on, Google, get back up there. And if not, we'll just sell it and move on. All your homies hate Apple. Who's your homies? They're probably hating on Apple right now, but I don't know why you would be hating Apple in general. It's one of the strongest stocks in the world, so. I did see an interesting write-up how all the major companies are sitting on like a crap ton of cash. See how that plays out. All right, getting a little bit of bounce there. Hooray. Now, ideally, we get...
do the hokey pokey.
Maybe. Fuzz wants birthday money. That's what we want.
Is it your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So let's see if we can get back above 131.60. That would be ideal case. All right, let's see. Oracle. Meta. Yeah, I definitely want to keep an eye on Meta now. That looking to break below 310. You're at 311.30 right now on Meta. We'll pay attention to that, see what may occur there. And then let's see, let's go to SPY. There you go, Google. AbbVie, says John. Ooh, yes, sir. That looks, here's what we need on AbbVie. Break above that high, 151.76, then I am all for that. And let's take a look at the XLV. Yeah, the XLV looks great. Thank you, Blastros. Be sure to check out the trading plan notes, trading calendar in my watch list. You'll have to scroll up a little bit and read that note there. Thank you, Jidaddy. Yeah, all the best for the August babies. All right, let's see. All right, Google's trying there. Ideally, I want to see a candle close above that 131.60. But it's not looking like it's wanting to do it.
Come on.
Oh. Come on, Google. All right, so we got AbbVie. That's a good one to keep an eye on. We got Meta for some possible downside if it wants to break 310. That's another good one to keep an eye on. Let's check out the SPY. SPY's still inside day, but I do want to see if I can get a good feel for the signals and maybe search for some shorter term squeezes. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I'm going to actually go ahead and hop out of Google, and then I'll hop back in if things get better from an index perspective. But you see that we're starting to roll here, and ticks are still hanging out at 0. Are the ticks broken? They're just moving really weird. You're starting to get a better improvement here on the advanced decline. So if we can break back above 0, but the indexes, though, not doing too well. Let's go to the Qs. Qs there. All right, so you're trying to hold on to 370. This is a 2-minute chart. I'll switch that because the 1 minute was noisy yesterday. All right, you're starting to get some sell signals on the 5 minute. Yeah, they're hitting the NASDAQ pretty good right now. And let's see, let me check out the bonds. Yields are lower, so those are still hanging above 4. Let's go to the ZB. Yeah, ZB is doing fine. All right, we'll see what we can do here. All right, maybe let things settle in. We're starting to get opening ranges, so that's good. More info. Nice little candle there. Nice little bounce. All right, let's go back to Google. Upstart. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me touching Upstart. They had some ugly earnings, like enough to make your mom cry bad earnings. Let me pull it up. All right, so Upstart, their revenue fell 40% year over year. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, we'll get back in Google. Why not? All right, we're back in at 105. So yeah, I wouldn't touch that, Maria.
Thanks for joining me. I never left.
No, you're welcome. All right, so I don't have to update that alert. Okay, so good. Let's see. Revenue growth was minus 40% year over year. No, thank you. Home Depot. Yeah, all your Dow boys are doing really well. Home Depot, FedEx. FedEx is almost there. CVX, PSX. Phillips 66 starting to rock and roll. Apple, yeah, Apple's a struggle, man. I'm surprised they're not trying to buy that up yet. Where are we at? Yeah, I mean, nothing good really happens below the daily 50. I mean, it's just kind of the way it goes. All right, let's go over to a few other names. Walmart, yeah, I'm still in Walmart, which last time I sent out an alert on Walmart, it was $8. We're at $8.65 on that. So let me show you what we're looking at with Walmart. So Walmart's trying its best to break into new highs. This would actually be a lifetime high, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, lifetime high on Walmart. It has slowly been getting above that 161 wall, and we're trying to make our way up to this 163 target. So I'm still in those September 155 calls. We got in at 7. They're 865 at the moment. So those are behaving quite well. All right, NVIDIA, AMD. Yeah, semiconductors are not looking good. I might pick up some semiconductor puts. Let's see, Qualcomm got a downgrade today, but we could just play the SMH in general, which I might do that. Grab some SMH puts. See how we're breaking this trend line, and you're breaking below the daily 50. And let's see, TSM is your major holder there, and you are looking pretty rough here on TSM. You got gap fill all the way down here to about that 90, and NVIDIA is your big holder there also. And remember, we did take some NVIDIA put debit spreads yesterday. We took the 445, 440. Log into my other account, see how those are doing. Yeah, let's go ahead and that actually panned out really well. All right, so these are at 355. So we are at a hundo. NVIDIA 355 from 250 on our put debit spread.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and trim that, shall we? All right, nice $100 win. That looks like it's going to go to the daily 50, and the semiconductor SMH is looking kind of rough too. So what can we do here as far as the SMH? All right, so I want to do probably some September calls, puts, I'm sorry. September puts. We could just grab the 135s for September. Those are going for about $6.10, $6.15, give or take. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll be a swing, and we're basically basing it on this breakdown of the daily 50. We're breaking trend. If you're losing the daily 50, yeah, I think you come down to at least retest the 146 area. That looks pretty good. So let's do that. Let's put in a bid here on the SMH. September 15th. Not the, excuse me, I'm looking at Google. Why am I looking at Google? SMH. There we go. There we go. That makes sense. All right. So SMH September puts. Let's see. The 155s, those are going for 7. That would give us. Let's see. That gives us. The delta's only 55. I wish we would get a little bit more than that. So maybe we can just grab the at the money puts, maybe, because it's 50 delta there. So you either get 50 delta for about $5.70, or you can get about 60 delta for $7. It's kind of up to you. Personally, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to the 160s where you get 70 delta on that. That makes a lot of sense too. Let's see. It's not a bad idea. All right, we'll play around with these. See while we keep looking around. All right, so let's go back to Google. All right, Google at the opening range lows. This is definitely where I want to see it hold. The 5-minute 50. If we get a candle below that, then I'll have to step aside and recover. Let me go over to Meta. Meta looks like it is struggling. We did break 310, and you are in a gap fill. So, yikes. Meta. You indeed.
Apple, you.
All right, so the 310 puts on Meta, they're 420. I hate shorting it when it's already kind of pooped. So either wait for a bear flag or we try to ride that Momo. Can wait for a bounce, but this break of 310, 309.84, that's it's a nasty spot. So we'll see if we can get in. All right, so 415, 420. Okay, 420 on the 310 puts on Meta for this week. Risky. I'm not going too heavy, but I do want to see if we can capture this move to the downside if we do happen to get a gap fill. And I'll type that up as well. Meta. Let's see. I have a personal stop. All right. Let's party. And unfortunately, if Meta is going to be a drag, that could drag Google down with it. Still in that zone. So yeah, if we lose that 5-minute 50, out. Check out market internals. Tick still hanging out at 0. Advanced client issues, they're doing pretty good. Probably thanks to the Dow. Let's go to AbbVie. Let's go back to AbbVie. That was okay. Boeing still looks good. Trying to break above 240. Next spot would be 244. Let's see. Meta, this was the nasty break here. You're starting to retest the 21. That could be an area of support, dynamic support. But if we start to lose that, that's not good. Let's go to Oracle. Oracle's not quite there yet either. Let's see. Netflix is having a little bit of a tough day today. Microsoft being Microsoft. So same thing here. Microsoft closed below the daily 50, getting more pressure to the downside. It's pretty much the same story that is happening with Apple. So Apple and Microsoft are really just not behaving too well. As you can see, the ES is having trouble with that daily 21. You still got that possible bear flag squaring up there. The Qs trying to get stable. Let's go back to Meta. All right, so Google Ion definitely out, and c'est la vie. All right, so I'm out of Google at 85 cents. All right, so small pinch there, nothing too crazy. All right, let's go to Meta. Meta, you did hit a low there, 440 on those contracts for now. Looks like we're starting to speed up here, so let's go here. New low a day on Meta, so we're at 460. 420. So that makes up for Google. So Google, we took 110 to 85 on the loss. Meta, we're shed there. 460. Go on, Meta. Get. All right, we're at 470 here. I'll take a shed there. All right, so not all is lost. Still green. We're getting green on the Meta play, so. Easily making up for Google. New low day. Look at this pukage. All right, let me get a sell at 5. If we can get it. It's almost there. Almost there. I don't know if y'all seen that. That Family Guy episode. Almost there.
No.
Probably like, what the hell are you talking about? $4.95. It's trying. Just need a little bit more down. There you go. Boom. All right, so $5 from 420. That's another shed, and I want to do another one at about 520. That would give us a hundo there. So there you go, 520, 520. That is $100 winner. All right, cool. So we got some birthday money.
Birthday money. What are you gonna get for your birthday?
Hose and cocaine. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably I'm boring, so I'm probably a book. No, I don't know. Stupid Google. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But Meta is kind of making out for that. I have one more left on Meta. I'm just gonna put my stop at break even and keep it at that, and we'll see if we can milk some of this. You might get a bounce and come up and retest 310. If that's the case, we'll probably get stopped out on the runner. But yeah, we took that from 420 to 520 on that. So good job on that. All right, so we took that from 420, 460, 520. Very nice. And then we got the one runner, which is at back down to about 470 here on the push back up. So advanced decline issues are doing really well considering. Let's go check out the SPY. So the SPY is holding up. It's that battle again between everybody else versus the NASDAQ. IWM is even trying to lead the charge here. So yeah, it's tech, man. It's not you. It's me. It's tech. QQQ is out there singing all around me I see familiar faces. You know, the screen goes gray. All right, let's go to the Dow. All right, so yeah, we struck out on Google, but we made it up really quickly with Meta. So happy about that. Look at the Dow. I mean, you're looking really good here on the Dow. I would like to see the UNH kind of behave because UNH is a big component to the Dow. AbbVie still looks pretty darn good. Boeing is still behaving really well. Walmart chugging along. One day it'll get there. Energy, let's check out PSX. PSX was on the watch list and it is doing it. Breaking above that 113. I'm not in this one, but it was on the watch list for your sanity there. So I did not get in it. I should have for sure, especially since energy's up 1.8% there. Utilities up, healthcare, definitely a defensive kind of day. But Dow, yeah, this looks good. And, you know, we normally don't play the Dow. You know, I can't remember the last time I played Diamond ETF as a day trade. So we'll see. All right, so those meta puts, those are still behaving well. They're still hanging out at $5, so that's nice. What is your opinion on a quick scalp trade on RGTI? So I'm assuming this is a penny name. Down 5% on the day, coming off the lows. There was mentions of this riding to $4, and then it started to plummet. Not a long term, but a scalp. All right, so looking at the signals, they're all kind of bearish. Now, if you're looking to play some sort of oversold bounce, yeah, you got to be a little careful. You can always just, I mean, if you're trying to play a scalp and you're trying to go long, you play off the high of the low bar. So this is the high of the low bar right here, depending on what time frame you're using too. But here's your 5 minute here, and you're right at it. So if you can break back above 178, you know, your next spot is going to be 180. If that's how scalpy you're looking to be, so you're scalping 2 pennies. But I think the pressure here is on to the downside. Now, if you're looking at the daily chart, they pumped it up pretty good from $1 to almost 3.5, and since then you've really kind of sold off. I have no idea what they do or what it is. They had a high of $12.75, coming all the way down to 70 there. Yeah, not too good. You do have earnings tomorrow, it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, first step's going to be a break above a $1.78, and then you're only then trying to push 180, maybe 185, and get back to high a day. Watch those volumes. Make sure you're not in a low float name there. I appreciate it, Maria. As I'm speaking this, are you here, Maria? Do I need to type that out?
Probably check that first, eh?
Do what?
Probably check that first, eh?
Yeah. John, have you gotten anything?
Nope.
Nothing? No weird DMs?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Some,
Okay.
Maybe some feet.
Okay, good.
I was gonna send that to you, but I'm sure he sent it to you too. Weird ass.
I'm just trying to mess with you, man.
Check out Wendy's.
Wendy's, W-E-N. That one?
Yeah.
W-E-N. Do they have earnings coming up? Oh, hello.
Just had
They did have earnings. What in
Look at that candle.
God's green earth is that? That could be fun. All right, if y'all want to play a risque momentum, short squeeze name, Wendy's might be up your alley. Let's see if we can go up our alley and around the corner. Let's see. I don't really care to do options here. Probably just do some shares. 22. All right, so the bull flag would put us at about... Let's see if we can run this to... Man, it's only a 30 cent, so... Yeah, shares are the way to go if you want to play a 30-cent move here. A potential 30-cent move. Let's see. I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. Let's see. Yeah, Maria is not in live. So I need to type that up. Okay, so Wendy's, watch the breakout of 22.16 for a move towards 22.60. So I mean, you're not playing too much there. What was the ticker there for RGTI? For a quick scalp, you need a break above 178 for a move to 180, 182, maybe 185. But the overall, if that's how much of a scalp you were meaning. And thank you. Send feet to shaman. Doesn't have to be your feet.
Yeah, just feet.
Just feet. All right, I do have a DM. So I'm sliding my DMs. I put this in option. Option. Speculate the stock will move lower. All right, so Beast on green on both accounts. Hooray for day trading. Yes, sir. All right, so let's get back to our scheduled program here. Let's go back over to Meta because we are going to be stopping out here on the runner. So you're getting a good pop there. Google's trying to make its way back up. So, all right, so we're stopped out on the runner. So we took that just fine. Back to 420. So we took that from 420, 460, 520, 420. That. All right, let's see. That, let's go back over here to Google, and then we'll check in on the indices. All right, so Google definitely moved lower there with Meta. Communication sector is definitely taking a hit. If we get back to 130, 160, I'm willing to try it just because the daily setup. In fact, I might try a longer dated, riskier swing on it. So we'll see how she holds up for the rest of the day for sure. But I still like the daily setup there. It's there. It's just a matter of can the rest of the market behave. Let's go to the SPY. SPY, you're hanging out at opening range low. All right, so we break the opening range low. That could be a nice little trade. Let's remove these guys because I don't want to confuse myself with the fibs. All right, so let's see. What are we looking at here as far as downside targets? If we break that opening range low, you're looking at a move towards 447.37. Keep in mind, it's still an inside day on the daily. And we have CPI tomorrow, which is unfortunate. Okay. All right, so we got the SPY. Let's go to the Qs. Qs are trying their best to hold on. All right, let's go to. All right, so we're not doing too bad. I mean, heck, we only bad trade we had was Google. Meta was perfect, so can't complain at all there. So let's see if we can get something else here. We can play the Qs to the downside, or we can probably play the SPY for some downside potential if we break the opening range lows. Crowd, leave it alone. If anything, it's a put there now at this point. You rolled over, you lost the daily 50. You've had some nasty gaps here. 147, 148 is going to be your gap resistance. Let's see. You do have some support down here at 141, 140. I think you probably come down here and at least retest that. 140, 150. That's where they seem to draw the line last time. But then again, you had the daily 50 here last time, and you don't have that anymore. So if anything, crowd looks more and more like a short. You do have earnings coming up at the end of the month. So yeah, crowd, I'd probably be looking for a short than a long. And let's see, we can take a look at it from a day trade perspective too. Do I like Boeing for a long? Yeah, we'll come back to that. Let's see, crowd. Yeah, if you're going to play a long here on crowd, you're going to have to break above 147.80, 148 to gap fill back up to 151, which would put you on a retest of the daily 50 simple. So you got maybe you got a nice little 2-minute squeeze, 5-minute, and you're starting to squeeze. So yeah, look for that break of 147.15 high a day to push you back to 147.80. Above 147.80, then you're looking at gap fill. SMCI sobered up. Yeah, they're at the daily 50 now. Boeing. Yeah, Boeing looks great. It's finally getting above 240. Your next target is 244 and 250. And as long as the Dow does well, Boeing's going to keep it moving there. And let's see, I'm still in Walmart. Slowly but surely, Walmart's kind of making progress. Boeing, same thing, slowly but surely making progress. You had the earnings gap up big breakout on the weekly chart. You moved towards 244, but you pulled back to that earnings volume weighted average price at 232. You've held there, and since then you're just kind of stabilizing. May, you know, consolidate here before making the next move. But ultimately, I think Boeing does try to make a push up towards 260, maybe even 280 on Boeing. So it may take some time. So if you're bullish on Boeing, either grab shares or make sure you have plenty of time on those options. Mini Ninja, Google. Trying, but no dice. No dice. Go back to Meta. You're welcome, Shills. Meta coming back in. Coming down. Let's go back to the SPY. All right, so we have a 2-minute squeeze here on SPY. We have a 5-minute squeeze here on SPY. 15-minute momentum kind of fading. So yeah, I definitely am more leaning on the downside. We also have a 2150 crossover on the 2. So I do like the possible idea of probably going short SPY here if we get a break of that opening range low. So I want to go ahead and load up some pie.
Ooh, birthday pie.
Birthday. All right, so let's load up some pie puts. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Probably just do the 448s if we break down. Those are going for probably, yeah, depending. 449. You could do the 450 puts too. But we'll have to see if this breaks down before we really do anything. Thoughts on Myrna? Yeah, Myrna is... Blech. Yeah, Myrna got absolutely demolished there. All right, Google trying again, isn't it? Myrna. Yeah, this was a nasty breakdown here on Myrna. See how he broke down 117. This thing is just absolutely garbage. Broke down off of earnings. Even worse, this thing looks terrible. Now, do I want to short it here? Not really. Not me personally, just because you're shorting in the hole, and all you need is a short squeeze, and they're going to pop it, and those puts are going to get clapped. So you got to be a little bit careful if you're shorting here. They're trying to build some base here, trying to base out here around 98.50. Let's see. But yeah, you know, Profit does crazy things. You have to be on top of Profit because he'll get into spreads and leg in and out of positions pretty quickly if you're not watching. But as far as Myrna goes, if I'm looking at this from, you know, this chart, you know, this is shorting in the hole, and you've moved. What is this? When you broke down here, you've already moved 16% in less than 2 trading weeks. So, granted, it could continue to sell off, yeah, by any means, but it's a little bit harder for me to do that right now. But we could go check out some of these other time frames. Yeah, even the hourly, you could argue that the hourly is still another bear flag, which, you know, the path of least resistance there is lower. You're in oversold conditions. I would personally wait. It's not my cup of tea, but if you like Profit style and you know his style a little bit better than me, then by all means. And if there's something that Profit sees there, then I am not going to, I don't want to spoil the trade, so to speak. So, all right, SPY, I'm going to try these here. SPY puts for today, 449s. They are going for about $1.35. Let's see if I can get a little bit cheaper. All right, so we're bouncing. We're bouncing. We bounced again. 130. Coming back up. Man. Don't tease me like that, Spy. I almost got in there. All right, there we go. 130. 449. On the Spy puts. So that is the 449s. Be a day trade to the downside. Let's get that typed up. You made 20. Dang it, Tone snapped. Let me type this up real quick. Nice play, though. 8, 9, 449, put 130 was my entry. Day trade. Have a stop in mind. All right, so let's see. So I'm late to the party, Stone? Or Tone. I named you Stone. Yeah, nice job. 22. What'd you play? Were you in the 449s too, or did you play something else there? Now we do still have a 2-minute squeeze. What I like about the setup here is we got a 2-minute squeeze. You got a crossover here. You got some negative thrust. The 21 crossing below the 50 here. Now it's just a matter of, can this influence the 5-minute chart here to push us lower? So you got the 5-minute squeeze, and we're looking okay. Looking okay. I want it to start to pick up steam though. You went with the 448s. I gotcha. Bounce off the 1 minute 50. There you go. I like it. Good job. We'll see if we can get some green here on the Spy puts. Just kind of hanging out at a little bit about break even. See if that squeeze can fire short for us. All right, let's see how the market internals are doing. Still just kind of hanging out at 0. You'd think they would be a lot more messy compared. You might have a bear flag here on the ES futures. Surprisingly, ES futures were only down 8 points, or not even 1/4%. Nasdaq's down 0.5%. Like I said, Nasdaq's really what's kind of dragging everybody down. Let's go back to Avi, checking on that. Oracle. We played Meta. I do want to keep an eye on the SMH there, because I might get into some swing puts on semiconductors, because that's good. We could check out the SOX. Yeah, same story there. So they both look the same. All right, let's go back. Minimize. Come on, Spy. Give us a breakdown. Fire the squeeze. We got some good signals. And then if you want to be a contrarian, you can take calls off the low too, and then you have a clean stop. That's probably the good thing about trying to play off low a day. You have a very nice clean spot to work with. All right, so we do have a new down arrow. It's just a matter of, can we get that momentum to pop off. All right, let me move this out of the way. Keep an eye on the SMH. I know. Let's see if we can close that. There we go. Come on. Spy. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Has anyone seen that? One of the, is the Mario movie that's out?
Good movie.
It was a good movie.
I liked it.
Yeah, check that one out.
With Jack Black as Bowser.
The Monster Mansion movie is out too. It's all on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
Mm-hmm. I think it's
Dang it.
exclusively on Peacock.
Well, shoot. I think I have Peacock. All right, man. I'm just not wanting to break down. Accelerate, spy. I command you to the downside. I should be specific there. Ticks are still holding, so they're definitely trying their best to hang on. Five-minute is a little bit trippy. You still got to squeeze here on the 5. Some downward signals. It's just a matter of can they send it or not. There you go. Nice chart.
Break up here. Right at the top of the trend.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my stops up here at 448.70. Let them have their bounce. Yeah. I think that's a fine hold there. All right. Still watching that 5-minute. Let's see if they want to do anything there. Let's see. Let me go to the SPX2. I want to see what the signals look like there. SPX. Yeah, you still have that squeeze dynamic there, but we're just not getting that follow through. So the trend's still there. It's just a matter of can we break it. All right. So there's that. Let this work just a little bit longer, but I'm not going to give it too much wiggle room here. All right, that's my stop. 448.80. Mm-hmm. Tom's like, I told you were late.
Who's late?
Yeah, Tone earlier, he said, you're late. I've already been in spy puts.
Damn you, Tone.
Let's see. Options flow. They're playing Beyond. I'm definitely not playing that. SMCI, they hit some bear flow there. Probably not going to play that either. And there was a 3 million share print on the SPY at about 449.80, so that works out. Need to refresh this. All right, so we're going to keep our subs at that 448.80 mark. I think that's fine. Interestingly enough, the net options delta is rising. So we'll keep that in mind. They're going to try to hold it at 448, it looks like. If they hold it at 448, we could very well retest 450 because that's a large level of gamma. Tone is now going into those 449 SPY calls. Oh, need to stretch here. All right, come on, SPY, do something. I don't care what it is as long as you do something. Let's see, market internals takes hanging on at 0. Advanced client not doing much there. Still haven't had a revisit back to VWAP on the ES, so that's something to keep in mind. Still in a squeeze.
We need some news or something.
We need a Biden tweet or something.
Does anyone pay attention to his tweets?
No.
I miss Trump tweets. Like, they actually move the market. Fun.
It was hysterical.
We had gasoline inventories.
Palantir had positive earnings, and they're buying back 1 billion worth of shares, and it is still vomiting.
That's the reason we call it Palantir.
Call it yeah, it's the turd, man. It's had a good run up. Buy the rumor, sell the news. We knew that they were probably going to have a good quarter. I mean, they missed by not much. I mean, that says it's missed, but they did fine. They're actually starting to make money. It's just, yeah, just how the market is. Maybe they just didn't beat as good enough. Yeah, down 6% on the day. All right, SPY. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me blah, blah, blah. I don't know what he says. Yeah, what does he say after that?
Oh, no. Put me on the spot, man.
Blah, blah, blah.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Okay. Man, they are really holding that 448 level. Such an interesting spot to hold. Well, support is support until it isn't. Let me see here. they are holding that 448 like it's nobody's business. A different chart here on the SPY. See if I can get a read. Yeah, we're just kind of in the middle of it.
It's a chop fest.
Chop, chop, chop. Yeah, I may just hop out of these puts until we figure out something. I'll still respect my stop though. 448.80 on it. But yeah, they're doing a good job at holding 448 for whatever reason there may be. I mean, don't have to figure out the why. Just know that they are. You're still compressing, still in a squeeze. You're trying to move back to VWAP on the ES.
Some indecisive candles.
Yeah. A lot of back and forth. Just no direction. All around me, I see familiar things. Damn. Slumberjay is having a good day, too. I know that one's usually a paper profit name. Look at that.
He was Brett.
It's a heck of a move there. Slumberjay. Let's go to PSX. FOMO. Man, you're right there. At getting close to that PT. Oracle. Ooh. Don't tease me, bruh. Meta. Heavy. Oracle. Okay, so we could speculate and grab some Oracle puts. See how the market internals are doing. And let me see. Oh, I got a FANG index. I want to see how the FANGs are doing. Because that would be my tell. FANGs look pretty rough. Okay. FANG wants to move lower. SPY is fighting that.
Can't bring SPY with it.
That would be nice for my put and for my birthday. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe.
All right, I'll get you one.
I'll get you one. Yeah, this is just a chop. Let's see, what are y'all up to? Y'all are quiet today.
There you go, Fuzz.
What in the world? It's like she got done robbing the Dollar General or something. I'm not stealing anything, officer.
I swear, this is just my butt.
Yeah. I just got them done today. Hey, girl, you got a burger to go with that shake? All right, let's see. AMD looking to move lower there.
I think they had news about their Zen chip.
Uh-oh. Google still not back at the high there. Unable to get back above 131.60. Meta did come back and retest that 309.84 and has been drifting since then. AMD looks a little rough. Nvidia, look at there. Look, we're at 430, new low a day. We can probably take the rest of that off, to be honest with you. I think that's, we don't really want all of that. So Nvidia, that platform. Put me all out. We're at $4 there, all out on Nvidia. More, all out. Great trade. So that was our debit spread. Hooray. All right, now let's see if let's see if this market wants to do something crazy. Tick still hanging out. Advanced decline just hanging out. It's a chop fest. And you could just argue that we're barcoding. I mean, just quite literally on the 5 minute, we're just barcoding. So it's a premium kill.
Theta wins.
Unfortunate. Theta wins.
Happy birthday.
Unless
I got you some Theta.
Oh, thanks, man. That's what I always wanted. They might try to send this to the upside, though. Especially since they're trying to develop that base. Signals are doing okay on the 5 minute. You're starting to see a little bit of shift there on the 2 minutes, so you got to be very cautious here if you're short. Who's going to win the good old-fashioned Western showdown here?
I hope shorts.
Chop, chop. My goodness.
There's a decent red candle.
Give me a dingus. And we got family coming over today.
Ew.
Man, this is fun. Not breaking down, not breaking up. Just hop out of these just to get out of the chop.
Please do so it can go lower.
Want me to go hop out?
Yeah, just so it will drop.
Okay. I mean, it's not like I'm losing a whole lot here. 20 cents. The grass is growing so quickly.
Indeed, it is. Maybe I'll just paint my office and watch it dry.
It's like one of those moments where the market's probably going to like do something pretty wild.
I hope it does.
Do it when you least expect it to. Yeah, we don't really have anything news event coming up. I mean, the only thing we got is CPI tomorrow.
Maybe we can go on the Twitter space and say CPI numbers are leaked. They're terrible.
SEC enters the chat. They're selling 10-year. They're doing a 10-year auction at 1 o'clock. But yeah, there's nothing on the agenda today. Nothing on the agenda. That 2-minute squeeze is starting to okay. Looked like it was trying to be careful there. Let's see. What are y'all doing in chat? Yeah, this is just messy. Let's see. I guess we can watch option flow.
I might just put on a movie.
Yeah. Let's pull up option flow, see what they're up to. A lot of NVIDIA today. I'll keep an eye on SPY on the other screen, but we can watch the option flow, see if anything fun pops up. Some Maras. Did Mara have their earnings? What was their earnings?
I think they did, didn't they?
Didn't they? Yeah. I can't remember.
Let me look.
All my screens are kind of being used up right now, so can't pull it up.
They did yesterday. Posted here in the chat. Yeah, they missed. Revenue by 2% and EPS by 81%.
Ooh, come on, SPY. Do it.
Do it, SPY. Woohoo, back at break even.
Woohoo. Still looking for a downside. Are they going to hold it again? Probably.
Maybe we should switch the calls.
You could.
But then it will break down.
It might.
Probably just straddle it.
There's no winning. Rattle. Come on, feel the noise. All right, looks like they're trying to play an NVIDIA bounce. I'm definitely not going to be playing that.
There are a lot of 440 puts for. Damn, that's this week, isn't it?
Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation going on in NVIDIA these past few days.
6 million in premium.
Yeah, they even hit the 420s for September. I think that was yesterday.
SPY is below opening range.
Do it. Do it.
Die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, let's put a sell order. Let me try to get 150. Yep, I got 150 there. Sell. Nice. Okay. We did it. So we got a little bit there. 150 from 130 shed. All right, now let's see if we can move towards those fib targets.
$165.
Go on, get. Oh yeah, we're juicing, baby.
Happy birthday, Fuzz. Keep going.
Bell Snickle. Might as well do my day job today. Fair enough. Yeah, very valid. So yeah, you do have a little bit of a balance here. Was that 447.50-ish? Let's keep an eye on that level too. Good breakdown. Finally. At least it wasn't a breakup. Glad I respected that 448 stop.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. All right, so let's see if we can get a little bit more out of it. If anything. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Pacific. I appreciate you, man. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good Wednesday. Let's go SPY. Let's get us some downside there. Let's see if we can't hit that 44745 cluster there. So you got a little bit of support down there, and you got that fib extension. Shills, he had to hop off. Talking about Oracle. Ooh. Yes, that's a fun breakdown on Oracle. Yeah, grab time. Yeah, grab time with it. It's a good level. It's a good level to work with. Let's see. Let's go check that out. Some oracles. Okay, and let me keep a close eye on these puts here on SPY. I don't want it to go against me now that we're green. So let me look at some oracle contracts. Let's just look at the Septembers. Yeah, I mean the September 115s look fine. You got some good open interest. Not a lot of volume today. But that's an idea. Let's see. I'm assuming they're still in some shorter dated. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Septembers are fine if you want to try the 115s. All right, we're at 170, tapping 170 there.
Get.
Yes, sir. $180. All right, I'm gonna sell here. Nice. So we're at that target there. Boom, shakalaka laka. All but one. 190. 190. Look at there. It hit the 2-minute 200. Came down to 447.50, 447.37. Almost hit that 786 target. Beautiful trade. So I'm all out except for one. And we'll just keep it there. How about that? Nice. And see you're bouncing off that fib extension target as well as that 447.50 where there was a good balance here. See that? That's a really nice target there. All right, so let's see if we can milk out the last remaining one. We'll keep stops at break even and see what happens the rest of the day. Good trade. I'm glad that worked out. I think that could have gone either way, to be honest with you. The way things were looking, it looked like that 2-minute squeeze wanted to pop off, but the oscillator here, I was putting some faith in it that we were below the 50 and kind of moving lower and trending lower. So I definitely put a little bit more faith in that signal there. And the 5-minute squeeze was weakening too. But yeah, I honestly think it could have gone probably either way. That's why we had that stop there at 448.80. So good trade overall. So we've had two great trades. We've had Meta and we've had Spy. The only trade was Google. But other than that, yeah, nice job. So 130 to 150 to 165 to 190, and we got a runner. Look at that Microsoft. Ugh.
Buddy.
Yeah, and I know Jay Woods. I don't know if he's in here. He's been asking me about adding on to my long term, and that was a spot that I wanted to add in here. Like this is a spot that I want to possibly add on here, but I need to see some kind of relief, especially on like an hourly time frame. Otherwise, this is going to get messier, and you got a 382 fib down here all the way at 308. So if we come all the way down to 308, 300, yeah, I'm definitely down to add on to some Microsoft way down here. This one's an iffy spot for me at this point.
You do have a gap fill down there too, right?
Yeah, good eye. Look at that. Yeah, you got a gap down here to take care of too. That 308 looks kind of high probability. Oracle. Yeah, nasty breakdown on Oracle. So I'll have to wait for a bounce or see what end of day looks like on Oracle because I didn't play the breakdown there. I might just go ahead and hop in just to hop in and see what happens. See if we can't get that gap fill to 110. Because even though they're a little bit more pricier here, I mean, you're paying 580. Earlier, I think they were like 520 or so. So you're paying a little bit more on the premium because we've already broken down and started to move. The September 115 still look good though, and you still have about 2 points in the move, and you could use 114 as your stop. Let's do that. Let's see, let me put a bid out here on Oracle. 9:15. 70. Small size. Smaller size just because if we get a bounce, I may add into it. Stops going to be the 115.66 level. So that puts us back over. That would put us back over the 114 area, but it would also put us above the daily 21, above the 50, and above the trend line. So that's a pretty good spot to work with, that 115.60. And we're basically looking for a move all the way down to 110, take care of that gap. And we'll use that as that'll be a swing for sure, unless it just absolutely goes to poop today. If we come back up towards 114 end of day, but we still close below it, I'll probably add on to that and average in a little bit. So I'm starting out small and going from there. So do that. All right, as far as SPY goes here, you're getting a bounce off those levels. 2-minute 200. That's fun. Looks like the squeeze has ran its course here on the 5-minute. So we can probably just go ahead and shed the rest of it at 180. Call it a day. Why don't we do that?
Get a rider back up.
No, I don't want to play the bounce. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I'd rather just sit on my toes.
Sit on your toes. Your birthday toes?
My birthday. It tickles. That's weird, Fuzz. All right, let's go to the market internals. Now, you would think the ticks would be beaten up, like minus 800 off of that move, but we didn't even see a minus 800 tick reading, which is pretty impressive. Off of that flush. Nice bear flag there on the ES.
Took long enough.
Took long enough, sure did. We were early, and yeah. But hey,
Still a hell of a trade.
we made it, didn't we?
Patience
All right.
paid.
It did. All right. On that note,
Peace out.
yep, I'm going to call it there. Now, we know the path of least resistance seems to be lower here. If you're trying to do round 2 on puts, see if you can get a bounce up to 448, because 448 was our support level. We just couldn't break down, and finally we broke down of it. See if we get a bounce back up to 448 and then try to short it from there. That seems pretty reasonable to me. That's pretty ugly on the 2-minute. That's pretty ugly on the 5-minute. You're about to get a 2150 crossover on the 5, and the 15-minute is still kind of under pressure also as far as structure and trend goes. So
Still an inside day for SPY, right?
yeah, still an inside day, so mind the chop. Yeah, if you want to play the reversal, you can play it back up to 480, sell it at 480, and then try to ride it back down. I think that's a pretty interesting play there. Keep an eye on the ticks, the market internals. Pancakes, these overnight trades. Yeah, that's why I've been, that's why I'm preaching. I've been saying it. I don't know if you're in here, Penny. I don't know if you read my notes. But there is reason why I am strictly mostly staying to day trades right now. Any swings that I do take on are very small. Even that NVIDIA debit spread, that was very light. The QQQ put debit spread that I had the other day was very light. The QQQ butterfly that I have on right now is small size. I'm very light in Walmart. I'm very light in Oracle right now. I might size into it. But yeah, I'm not going heavy on any of my swings whatsoever compared to what we were playing a few months ago on the ride up. I think things have started to shift a little bit, and until we get a better feel for direction and see where this volatility goes, we got a lot of downgrades from financial institutions, and you got Moody's, we got CPI data, you got Powell. There's a whole interesting dynamic at play right now, so it makes a whole lot of sense to day trade rather than to swing trade. So swing trading, you can still make some wins, but you have to be very careful about it. So that's going to be my preach on that. Even if it's Duke or whoever, don't go heavy. Like, please don't go heavy right now. That's my preach. Can you still get wins? Yes, but things can go against you real quick. So don't be. If your normal lot is 10, reduce it to 5. If your normal lot is 4, go to 2. If you're used to buying 2, go 1. So that's my preach there. And until the market gives us something better, then we can re-talk. But for now, I think it's best to play the volatility and day trade long and day trade short, and you'll be better off about it. All right.
Definitely.
Sorry for the preaching. Shaman, have a good one. Hope your DMs weren't blown up or anything like that. I was just trying to play a little joke.
Oh no, you're good. Happy birthday. Hopefully you have a fantastic birthday.
Thank you. Starting out good. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the birthday wishes there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for taking y'all's time out of y'all's day to come hang out with us. There's a lot of places you can be, and you decided to hang out with us. So that tells me a lot. So I appreciate y'all a lot. And we will see you guys in the trading floor for the remainder of the session. Watch 448 on SPY. And we'll be back at it. All right, guys, take care. See you guys tomorrow for live, and I'll be in the trading floor for the rest of